Alhaji Adebayo Adewale was a man whose name rang a bell across the city of Ibadan and beyond. A billionaire with businesses stretching from oil to real estate, his wealth was immeasurable, his generosity unmatched. People admired him, envied him, and respected him in equal measure. After the passing of his beloved first wife, whom he had built his empire with, Alhaji remained a widower for years before marrying Yemi, a beautiful woman nearly 20 years younger than him. At first glance, theirs seemed like a fairy tale union. Beauty and wealth, peace and splendor. But beneath the surface, cracks began to show. Alhaji wasn't a fool. He had seen enough in his lifetime to know that love could wear many disguises. Yemi, once sweet and devoted, had grown distant. She no longer smiled with her eyes. Her warmth had turned cold. She took trips she couldn't explain, whispered on phone calls that ended abruptly when he entered the room. Yet, she never lacked anything. Alhaji showered her with cars, jewels, and trips to places she never dreamed of. One evening, as he sat alone in his private study, he made a decision. If Yemi's love was genuine, he would know, and if not, he would unmask the truth with his own hands. He called his trusted driver, Taju, and laid out his plan. He told everyone he was traveling to Dubai on business for 3 weeks. The house was quiet after he left, but 2 days later, a ragged-looking man appeared at the gate. His clothes were old, his beard bushy with gray, and he walked with a limp. That man was Alhaji himself, now disguised as Femi, the new gateman. No one recognized him, not even the security men who had worked for him for years. The disguise was too perfect. He had rehearsed his voice, changed his mannerisms, and even padded his clothes to alter his shape. Yemi welcomed the new gateman with scorn. Ọlọ́run, má jẹ́ kí Yemi máa ṣe gateman fún ẹnìkan, she muttered to herself the first day Yemi arrived, not knowing the man she insulted was her own husband. From that day forward, Alhaji witnessed the kind of betrayal that no wealth could soften. Yemi turned into someone he barely recognized. She barely stayed at home, and when she did, she even shouted at Femi or gave him degrading errands. She would lock herself in the bedroom for hours, laughing and chatting on the phone, whispering sweet things to a man called Kunle, a name Alhaji had never heard before. Then one evening, Kunle arrived in person, a young man with sagging jeans, designer shoes, and the arrogance of a man who thought himself a king. Yemi welcomed him with a kiss at the door. Alhaji watched it all, hidden behind the thick flowers that lined the compound fence. What broke his heart the most wasn't the affairs. It was how quickly she gave away his belongings, his wristwatches, his agbada, even his favorite cologne. She laughed about him to Kunle and called him arúgbó tí kò mọ ohunkóhun, an old man who knew nothing. The last straw that broke the camel's back was when she served Kunle food on the same tray she used on their wedding anniversary. But Alhaji did not confront her, not yet. Each night, he cried in silence on the small mattress in the gatehouse, not out of weakness, but from the heaviness of betrayal. He recorded every conversation, every meeting. Then he overheard the unthinkable. Kunle suggested to Yemi that Alhaji should be poisoned, that they should take full control of the estate and run away with him to London. Yemi hesitated, but she didn't say no. That night, Alhaji sat outside under the moonlight and stared at the sky for hours. His heart was numb, but his mind was clear. It was time. He returned to the house as himself 2 days before the planned end of his trip. Yemi, dressed in a fine silk and perfume, pretended to be surprised and excited. She jumped on him, kissed him with a fake smile, and served him a feast, one that tasted far too suspicious to swallow. He barely touched it. "I'll be organizing a small Thanksgiving this weekend," he announced casually. "Just family and a few friends." That Saturday, the compound was alive with music and laughter. Friends and relatives and neighbors gathered, including the ever-wise Yaronke, who had known Alhaji since childhood. They ate, drank, and danced. Then Alhaji stood to speak. "Before I give my thanks to Almighty, I have a short video to show. Please enjoy." The screen descended. Silence fell. Faces twisted in disbelief as the footage played. Yemi flirting, mocking, betraying. Her voice, her laughter, her wickedness on full display. Gasps echoed through the compound. Some covered their mouths, others shook their heads. Yemi stood frozen, her legs weak, her pride evaporating. Kunle's voice came on in the final clip, suggesting murder. When the screen went dark, Alhaji turned to her. "Ìyàwó mi, mo fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá o ní nǹkan láti sọ." Yemi broke down, pleading, crying, but her tears could no longer move him. He handed her an envelope. Inside, divorce papers. Her reign was over. "I gave you everything," Alhaji said, his voice calm yet thunderous. "All I asked was loyalty. You chose greed. You chose betrayal." He turned to Yaronke and other loyal workers. "To those who truly love and serve with honesty, I see you. I honor you." 3 months passed. Yemi disappeared from the public eye. Rumors said Kunle abandoned her. 3 months, the money dried up. Alhaji, now lighter in spirit, launched a foundation for widows and young girls, dedicated to his late wife. His daughter Adeola helped him run it. Peace returned to his life. One evening, as he sat by his garden, he smiled and whispered, "Mo dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run fún gbogbo ohun gbogbo. I thank God for everything." Because in the end, it's not the riches a man has that makes him powerful. It's the wisdom to know who truly stands by him when the gold fades and the marks falls. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. What did you learn from this story? And please share this story with others. Give